Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host Keith Whiteside, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it. And you know, it's this time of year we get to celebrate with music. We get to celebrate with some of those groups that have been here for quite a long time. And we've got Mr. Denise Lacan to tell us a little bit about it, the chair of the Houma Terrebonne Community Band. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Keith.
I appreciate it. So this concert is going on its 39th year?
Yes, sir. We will be 40 years old in 2024,
right.
And so this is our 39th year.
Celebrating.
We are celebrating, and so we're going to do I call this our toe tapping concert.
All right.
This is the
that
concert.
Kind of good music, right?
Yes, sir. This is the concert. If you want to hear things from your past or,
right.
you know, from movies and TV and
we're talking pop culture songs like
and
Chicago,
the radio.
Barry Manilow, John Williams, Journey,
yes.
Some 50s songs, and so many more. So a toe-tapping concert.
And even some current stuff. We're doing a Beyonce song. And,
okay.
But that's going to be Sunday at 3 p.m. at the Regional Military Museum on Bayou Street. And it's a $10 admission, and that admission's going to be split between us and the Regional Military Museum. So everybody benefits.
Right.
And there's no Saints game, so I can't have that
That's
as
exactly
an excuse.
Right. Nobody's got an excuse on September 17th for
That's
missing.
right. That's right. The game's on Monday night, so come and, you know, get geared up. And we got John Williams and George Harrison and like Copacabana from Barry Manilow.
Okay.
And
wow.
Chicago. We got Sound of Music and Mary Poppins and
Mary Poppins. And so again, one of those things that's just been happening for 39 years is that the community band, kind of interesting start. Let's talk about how that started, if you don't mind.
So the community band was started when the YMCA opened.
Right.
They were asked, they wanted a band to kind of kick things off, I guess play the national anthem or whatever. Right. And so board members from the Y found people that they knew that played music, and they started a band.
And from there,
they were like, "Oh man, we like playing, and you know, it's let's start talking to our friends and
right.
and everybody. You know, it started from there." So
well, and what happens is you get some of these musical greats over the years, and I will tell you, our community has some fantastic musicians.
Yes,
and
sir.
We don't talk about wonderful musicians without talking about the Dusenberry family.
Yes, sir.
And so Dusenberry is known all over the country, even internationally.
Yes, sir.
The Dusenberrys. And so Karen Dusenberry and Miss Marita Petrie are going to be the conductors, right?
Yes.
And so that's just so very cool to really have that. And again, you can see that there, both Karen and Miss Marita are going to do that, and it's Sunday, September 17th at the Regional Military Museum, again, 1154 Bayou Street in Houma. They're going to crank it up, and I promise your toes will be tapping. It's only $10. There's no Saints game, and quite frankly, no reason to miss it. But you guys have been able to partner with the leadership at the Military Museum for some years, and that's just a great partnering, if you will, of two wonderful organizations to give back.
Yes, sir. You know, Mr. Riley Groh and Mr. Will Terrio and Miss Linda Terrio, anytime I walk in the door, they're like, "When do we need to schedule it?" Because, you know, they know what I'm coming in for.
Right.
And they always welcome us with open arms, and you know, they offer to help me with volunteers to take money and all of that. You know, they offer to help us advertise it by putting it on the Chamber of Commerce marquee and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it's nice to, you know, I mean, the parish government helps us, and the school district helps us, and the Regional Military Museum is
and HTV
and Star Printing and, you know, all of our you know, Michel Claude and his company, you know, they all help us in some way, shape, or form.
Well, and it's really nice to go to a venue like the Regional Military Museum where they say, "Oh, when do you want to do it?" "Okay, yes. How many people do you need some help? How about if we offer this? How about if we have volunteers to do this?" And it's almost as exciting as seeing the opportunity, because I've had friends like Father Willie Todd and Karen Schilling and my wife and my son who have all been a part of this Houma Terrebonne community band. And it's really interesting because it's some of these really wonderful musicians that don't necessarily have that opportunity or wouldn't have that opportunity to keep playing. And it's almost like being able to do that thing that you love for years, and then maybe after high school or college that stops. And now they say, I get a great opportunity to give back and go do something I love.
Yeah. I mean, Mr. S.L. Ocasio played with us till he was 95 years old.
95, that's exactly
right. He was 95
right.
when he stopped playing. Then that was for COVID.
Right.
And you know, and he'd have come back if he'd have felt healthy enough.
Right, exactly.
After,
yeah.
You know, so, you know, and Father Todd, and I mean, we've had members that, you know, unfortunately had to move after the storm.
Sure.
And, you know, he'd been with us since almost the beginning, and I mean, it's just, and then we try to keep bringing them in younger too.
Sure. Bring in some of that new talent, right? That young talent.
Well, and we look at it as the next generation.
Sure.
You know,
they're going to continue the music.
They are, and that's why we're 40, celebrating 40 years.
Yeah, the music keeps playing unless you've got nothing else to play or
that's
hear.
Right.
And the good news is that people have a chance to hear this. So, Jay, let's put it up one more time, if you don't mind. It is the concert for our Houma Terrebonne Community Band, where we're going to be able to show you the option for the Pops concert conducted by Miss Karen Dusenberry and Miss Marita Petrie, Sunday, September 17th, 2023, Regional Military Museum. No Saints game that day, 1154 Bayou Street in Houma. They are going to crank it up. It's going to benefit the Houma Terrebonne Community Band as well as the Regional Military Museum. It's only $10. So very excited. And so, Denise, thank you for taking some time to come on and share this with us. We're looking forward to that. And so people can pay right there at the door when they get in.
Yes, sir.
And so we got people from the Regional Military Museum glad to help out, willing to do that. And it's going to be a great concert. Lots and lots of really good music. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks
we appreciate
for having
it.
us, Keith.
All right, guys, and that will do it for this particular segment of Bayou Time. But there's a whole lot more local programming right here on HTV.